faculty or person? Come on, think. If I write student void eta student as, if I write, then who is allowed to pass as an argument? The parameter is student, so only student objects you can pass. Can you pass faculty object? Can you pass admin object? No, right? Okay. If I take faculty as a parameter, what is the problem? I can pass only faculty object. Can you pass student object? Can you pass a student object? No, we can pass only faculty object. Okay, you can pass only faculty object, you cannot pass student object. Okay, now if you take person, tell me now, person object we are allowed to pass. Student is a person, so student object we can pass. Faculty is a person, so that faculty object we can pass. Then tell me, canteen owner expecting all different types of people come and eat. Prabhuji, understand? College is expecting, I mean canteen is expecting to all people come and eat. So what is the right parameter to accept all people? Person is the right person. Listen, if you take student object, we call it as tight coupling. Tight coupling and static binding. What is the meaning of tight coupling? Only these student objects are allowed. Bind coupling means connecting. Okay, connecting. Canteen class is a connecting to only student. It will not accept other objects. Then we call it as tight coupling. Tell me, switchboard and okay, switch and switchboard tightly coupled na? Switchboard and wall tightly coupled na? Can you replace one switch with another switch without opening the switchboard? No. So it is a tight coupled. Every time you need to modify. Tell me, switchboard socket and electronic device tight coupled or loosely coupled? Switchboard socket and electronic device loosely coupled or tightly coupled? It is loosely coupled. Why loosely coupled? Because at any time you wanted to plug in. Anytime you want to unplug, you can unplug. So without modifying what do you call it? Without modifying switchboard, I mean a switchboard, without opening switchboard, I can connect and disconnect different electronic devices. That is called loose coupling. Now try to answer now. If you take faculty is also tight coupling and static binding. Right? Tight coupling and static binding. Static binding means I will tell you, don't worry. And the next, if you take person, tell me, it is loose coupling or what the meaning of loose coupling? We can change person object to student, you can pass. And now canteen can accept either person or student or employee, anything. And dynamic binding. Dynamic binding. What is the meaning of dynamic binding or static binding? Tell me, if we call this eat method by using student reference variable, eat method always executed from student class. If you call eat method by using faculty reference variable, always this method executed from faculty class. That is called static binding. Compiler software linking eat method with student class, then JVM also executing from student class. That is called static binding. Binding means connecting. What type of binding? Static binding, only executing from one particular class. Faculty, compiler linking to faculty class, only from the faculty class the method is executed. If you take person.eat method, you can pass any type of object, either student object or faculty object or person object. Then eat method, compiler linking to person class, but at runtime this eat method is executed. Execution time, this eat method executed by JVM from the object class, from the subclass whose object you stored in P. If you store person class object, each method executing from person class. If student object is stored in P variable, each method executing from student class. If you store faculty object in P variable, each method executed from faculty class. So because this each method execution changing from one subclass object to another subclass object based on the object stored in the P variable, so we call it as what? Dynamic binding. Okay, now? So tell me, what type of applications you are expecting to develop? Loosely coupled dynamic binding applications or tightly coupled static binding applications? We must always recommend it to develop loosely coupled, loosely coupled, okay, write on this program, canteen.java. Completed? Huh? Did you understand? Loosely coupled, dynamic binding, tight coupled, static binding. Tell me, ATM and ATM card. ATM card, withdraw operation. And tell me, ATM is nothing but canteen. Come on. Canteen, ATM, both are same. Eat method is nothing but withdraw. ATM card is nothing but person. Now I'm going to give you few options. All the people tell me. ATM, HDFC card, withdraw operation. ATM with ICICI card. ATM with SBI card. Bolo. These three operations are what type of operations? This is tight coupled and it is a tight coupled and static binding. It is tight coupled and static binding because if you directly use HDFC bank card in ATM, this ATM will become what? HDFC ATM. This become will what? ICICI ATM. This will become what? SBI ATM. Other cards we cannot use. Are you catching my point? We can do withdraw operation only from particular bank. Then as a customer, you should run complete city for the particular ATM machine. It's time taking process and money waste for traveling purpose. Then if you take ATM with ATM card of HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, SBI Bank, then tell me this is loose coupling and dynamic binding. Agreed? Someone told not confident. Ankit. Ankit, what is your doubt, Nana? If you can express your doubt, I can help you. Can you talk? Which part, if you don't understand, let me know so that I can help you. You can unmute. If you join late, I cannot do anything. If you are there from the beginning and if you listen explanation from the beginning, there is nothing tough to understand. Yeah, can you unmute and ask? Yeah, try to speak. You join late. You join late, you cannot understand, Nana. So that's why I told you, right? All the people must be available in the class before me, not after me. If you come after me, explanation you will miss. Finally, you don't understand, right? Okay, no problem. Try to understand. I'll give one more example. Can you try? Yeah, one day enough life will be spoiled. Life will be disturbed now. Now one more example I'm giving. Try all the people. Today actually I did mistake. What? I came early. Huh? Hey, correct, Ravai. I'm not shouting at real. I'm telling. Today I came early. Actually, I must not, right? Every day I'm coming late. Array, this eat method is canteen eat method. This eat method is student eat method. In two different classes, can't you have same method name? In canteen, you are going to canteen. You are going to canteen and you are ordering for what? Eat only, na? You are going to canteen to eat. What to eat? Food to eat. So this eat method is canteen eat method. If I remove the reference here, then this eat method become this eat method. Okay. I'm using reference s dot f dot p dot means it is not current class eat method. Now try to answer. I'm taking one more example. MI mobile, MI mobile, Airtel, Airtel SIM, call operation. Okay. Next, MI mobile, MI mobile with BSNL with call operation. Next, MI mobile and Geo call operation. Now tell me, a mobile with a particular SIM, is it tight coupled or not? Can I say it is a CDMA SIM? Once upon a time we have CDMA SIM. CDMA mobile and SIM. This is tight coupled. One mobile can work with only one SIM. Now tell me, this is GSM mobile and SIM. Bolo, any mobile with any SIM. Airtel, BSNL, Jio, with call operation. Tell me, all your mobiles are what mobiles? All your mobiles are any company mobile working with any company SIM. So it is loosely coupled runtime polymorphism. Nothing but dynamic binding. Na? Hope you all understand. So what type of applications we need to develop? We should develop loosely coupled dynamic binding applications you need to develop. Okay. Yeah. Please write down these examples so that you'll understand. Real-time examples. Yeah, GF phones are tightly coupled. Geo phones will work with only Geo SIMs. Okay, in place of MI company, you can write here Airtel Mobile, BSNL Mobile, Geo Mobile. Yeah. All you completed the story? So did you get clarity on what type of user application you should develop? Always user class must accept all different type of subclasses. That way you have to define your parameter. Always method parameter, method return type, you must choose as super class so that your application will become loosely coupled dynamic binding. Okay, then next let us move to the main method class to run this code. Canteen person and canteen belongs to college. I'm taking college class. Right. In college class, I'm creating person object, student object, faculty object. What values will come for person? All default values. Student, all default values. Faculty, all default values. Please write down. All these methods are come on. All these methods are belongs to which class? Person class. Person class members we are calling by using subclass object. Is it allowed or not? Allowed. Okay, superclass members are inherited to subclass. We can access. All these four methods are belongs to student class method only we are accessing. Then when I call display method, we will get superclass members, subclass members, both will be displayed on console from the same object S1. Can I create one more student object? Yes. And default values will come. You initialize with Balababu values. You can write code yourself. Then I'm creating canteen. This canteen belongs to HK canteen. Wherever you go, HK follows. Canteen HK canteen equal new canteen. HK canteen dot eat of who can go into this canteen? Student can go, faculty also can go. Okay. Now here you can add faculty name we required now because in a display, in a eat method, who is eating, we should display message. So that's I'm writing faculty object set name of BK. Control 1, compile. Write in continuation code. Please add this one, F1 dot set name of BK. Add this code. So you are compiling and executing college class, okay? Person is here stands static variable, one copy memory to all objects. One copy memory to all objects. Static variable memory common, non-static variables are changing. We initialize name variable with BK. Now ICE2 name HK, second object is default value. HK is eating, Bale Babu is eating. Faculty, student also eating, faculty is also eating. So eat method executed from which class here? Student class. Here eat method executed from which class? Faculty class. So eat method call. Here eat method call is what? Dynamic binding. Eat method executing based on the object passed. Hope you all understand, buddy. This is a story about inheritance. Hope everyone comfortable with inheritance. Yesterday already we developed na eat method belongs to which class? Person class. And this eat method, if you develop in student, it will execute from student. If we have, because we have not defined eat method in student, okay, it is executing from person class. That's it. Super class methods executing for subclass. If they're available in subclass, executed from subclass. If not available, they're executing from super class, but executing for subclass only. Okay, now? Okay. So this is the basic idea in inheritance, buddy. And now I want take you to next steps. Please observe. In last class, I have explained you this one. Okay. So there are two ways of reusing existing class object, has relation and is relation. With has relation, we are accessing members with the same class reference. With is relation, we are accessing other class members with our own class reference. Then what is inheritance? Why inheritance? I have explained. In inheritance, subclass is obtaining superclass type properties and behavior, and further it can reuse these members in the subclass and extend the functionality of subclass. Reusing means accessing them with the subclass reference, and extending means creating new variables and methods in the subclass according to subclass requirement. Now in today's class, I want you to understand some important theory aspect points. Ready now? Some important theory aspect points you need to learn. Problem if we don't develop inheritance. Okay, problems if you don't develop inheritance between same type of objects. Advantages if you develop inheritance. And problem if you develop inheritance. There are totally three problems are there. Problem if you don't develop, advantages if you develop, and problem if you develop. Just for fun, we can develop inheritance? No, it creates problem. Okay, these points now we need to practice. Are you ready? Look at the problem if you don't develop inheritance in creating subtypes. Already we discussed. We'll have three problems: code redundancy, static binding, tight coupling, and static binding. Okay, totally how many problems? Three problems. Code redundancy. I have created class student, class faculty, class admin. Okay, these are three classes I created. Student is a person, person properties, student properties, person function, person behavior, student behavior. Faculty is a person, again person properties, faculty properties, person behavior, faculty behaviors. Okay, like this we have to create. Okay, I have to repeat these variables and these methods again repeatedly in every subclass. In future, if you want to do any changes, I need to do change in all three classes. So code redundancy means writing the code repeatedly and modifying code every place and testing every place. This is called code redundancy. Now, the second problem is, okay, if you take a canteen class, now eat method, what is the parameter if I take? If my target is I want to pass any of the three objects. If I take student, I can pass only student object. We cannot pass faculty and admin. If you take faculty, I can pass only faculty. We cannot pass student and what you call admin. If you take admin, I can pass only admin. We cannot pass student and faculty. Then what the problem we got? Next, when you call each method executed from either student class or from faculty class or from admin class, only from that class. So what the problem? Cannot receive all types of objects, cannot execute the invoked method from different classes dynamically at runtime. Then what the solution to what the problem? This is a tight coupling, this is a static binding. Total three problems are there. What the solution to this problem? We will face three problems. Code redundancy. Who will face this problem? Subclass. Tight coupling and static binding. Who will face this problem? User class. So then what is the solution to this problem? Create, develop, inheritance. Developing inheritance is nothing but create the super class. Then now make student, faculty, admin class as a subclasses of person. What are the common properties and common behaviors you found? All you move into person class, eyes, ears, hands, and then everything. In future, if you want to add more functionality, then you add in a super class that will apply automatically to student, faculty, and admin. Next, now in the canteen class, okay, tell me what the advantage here? Code reusability. One place you are writing, reusing in all places. Then next, tell me, instead of taking student, faculty, admin, you take person P, then we can pass student object, we can pass faculty object, we can pass admin object also. Okay, now, then next, now tell me, any of the three objects you can pass, and then when you call eat method, okay, now eat method executing from which class? Each method executing from which class? Student object you can pass executed from student class. Faculty object you pass executed from faculty class. Or what do you call it? Admin object you pass executing from admin class. So now this concept is called what? Dynamic binding. So any of the three objects you can pass loose coupling. Executing from any of the three classes dynamic, that is called dynamic binding. Then tell me what the advantages of inheritance. Write or modify code at one place common to all other classes is called code reusability. And next, define one parameter to receive any type of subtype of given object and changing one subtype to another subtype runtime without modifying code is called loose coupling. Okay. And next, one parameter, multiple objects. Taking decision in executing the invoked method from different subclasses based on the past object is called dynamic binding or runtime polymorphism. RP stands for runtime polymorphism. So totally how many advantages? Three advantages. Please write down these points down. Right, and these problems if you don't develop, advantages if you develop. These two you write. Completed? Huh? Okay. Look at here. What is the problem if you develop inheritance for fun? Write on this. What is the problem if you develop inheritance for fun? A big notes is there, huge notes. What is the problem if you develop inheritance for fun? What is the problem? fb.com/Java Hari Krishna, youtube.com/Naresh Shetty. No, that is not the problem. Look at here. What is the problem if you develop inheritance for fun? Look at here. I have a class called example. I am accessing this class example from class A. All the people answer. When a class A is loaded into JVM, is example class also loaded into JVM? When a class is loaded into JVM, only JVM come across that line, that particular type, accessing one of the members from the class. At this line number, example class is loaded into JVM? No. Okay. At this line number, this dot e equal to at this line number, example class loaded into JVM? Yes. Just by example class loading into JVM, example class is not loaded. This is a has relation. If you develop a has relation, what is the advantage? Class is loaded, not eager. Class is loaded with lazy. Lazy means whenever I want, that time it will load. Whereas if you look at the easy relation, when a class sample is loaded, example also must be loaded. Hello? Yes or no? Sample and example both are loaded because example is the parent type to sample. Without parent, child cannot come. So eager loading, problem number one. Problem number two, if I create a class A object, A1 equal to new A, tell me inside A circle, E variable memory created. Tell me example class loaded or not loaded? Just by creating referenced variable, example class loaded or not loaded? Okay, tell me if I create sample S equal to new sample, A class is loaded into, example class loaded into JVM? Yes, because sample is subclass of example. Without parent, child cannot exist. So first parent is loaded and then from the parent, child is also loaded. And then when we create sample class object, look at here, inside sample class, example class members memory is also created. Then only example class members can access by using sample reference. Na? Try to understand. In has relation, object is not created when our class object is created. In is relation, example, parent class, example class members memory is allocated when sample object is created. That means eager loading and also eager memory creation. Next, tell me. When A class object is created, A circle, E variable is pointing to example circle. Can I destroy example class object without destroying A object? Yes. In the E variable, assign null, automatically example object is destroyed. Whereas in a sample class object, can I remove this example memory? Only this example memory. Possible or not possible to remove? Not possible. So that means what? Waste of memory. And cannot unload class and cannot destroy the memory. Not easy to modify code. Okay, if you go for easy relation for fun, just for reusing, if you use easy relation, then it creates several problems. Okay, right on this slide. What is the problem if you develop inheritance for fun only for reusing object properties and behavior? Right on this. Three problems. Just for fun, if you develop inheritance for just reusing, if you develop inheritance, we have three problems. Early loading, waste of memory, cannot destroy memory when we no need. Okay, complete notes, please write, it's important. Write on this. Write on this program. Because of new sample, first sample class, which is extending from example class, then static variable in example class, static variable in sample class, then created sample class circle inside example class circle inside object class circle. In example class circle X variable, in sample class circle Y variable. When sample class is loaded, when subclass is loaded, superclass is also loaded. Superclass members memory allocated in subclass object. And further, we cannot separate them. In a has relation, when user class is loaded, example class is not loaded. When user class object is created, example class object not created. Write on this program arrow mark. Based on today explanation, so many topics coming in future. Today class, if you ignore not by hearting, I'm clearly telling by heart. Don't show your talent of typing or understanding. Just blindly by heart each and every statement. Coming classes, I'm going to use it every day. Start from tomorrow itself. Program completed? Huh? Shall I move up? Okay, right on. Completed? Huh? Shall I move to the down points? Write on these 4 points. Right up to this four point, okay? So when you want to change customer to bullet, customer uses pulsar, customer uses bullet. If I write customer extends from pulsar, always customer can use only pulsar only. If I write customer extends a bullet, always customer can use only bullet. Every time we need to modify code. Don't write this tune, okay? Only write this paragraph. Don't write due to above problems of inheritance. Don't write this. Only write up to this paragraph. If completed up to here, let me know. Completed? Huh? For reusing existing object functionality, has a relation is best. These paragraphs you write. For just reusing existing object functionality, has a relation is best. In has a relation, we don't have all above inheritance problems. Write down these 4 points. Pragati, first you write these points and I'll show you fourth point again. Look at here. Because we are storing other class object by using reference variable, as and when we no need to change other object runtime without modifying our code. I'm taking a vehicle reference variable. Can you please write here class bike? Okay, already there. Implements a vehicle. Okay. Customer HK equal to new customer HK dot drive. Without modifying this customer class, I could able to change to any of these classes. Whereas in easy relation, not possible. Yeah. Pragati, you can also write fourth point. Bike is a class, na? We implement in here interface by using implements keyword, right? So final conclusion, due to above problems of inheritance or ease relation, and due to above advantages of has relation, for reusing existing object functionality, we must prefer has a over easy a. Only for extending or for implementing existing object functionality, we must use easy a. Of course, only easy a can work, has a will not work. Between two different type of objects, we must develop has a relation for reusing and to modify code easily. Head on this final conclusion. Completed? Huh? All people written? Huh? Shall I go next slide? Final conclusion of today class. What is the difference between easy and has relation? Okay, this is compulsory asking question interviews. What is the difference between easy and has a relation? Yeah, please write down all these points, you'll understand easy. No need of my help. Inheritance is easy relation. Composition is nothing but has a relation. Completed? So this is the story about inheritance. Requesting you all people to prepare this entire notes thoroughly. These are the points I have explained. Please try to practice all these points today. By tomorrow you are coming to class. You have to prepare LCRP architecture diagram for all these objects. Okay, prepare LCRP architecture diagram for all these objects. I explained first object, party person I have explained, nothing but canteen person I have explained. You try to develop remaining objects by your own. Just draw LCRP architecture, okay? The diagram you try to draw, it's sufficient. And tomorrow I'm going to continue from this 14th topic. Okay, now? Remaining points we'll try to understand in tomorrow class. That's all for today class. Hope you enjoyed yesterday class and today class. Got complete clarity on inheritance.